Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Illuminati. The man who rules the world takes on the head of the global elite in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes, Illuminati on Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. One of my viewers wanted me to talk about how rugged individualism is hurting the black community. Now, when it comes to the concept of rugged individualism, it's a concept where people believe that they are self-reliant and they're out here doing things for themselves without usually the help of the state or local government. And when it comes to black folks who buy into the concept of rugged individualism, they believe that they're doing things on their own without the help of the government. And because they don't have the help of the government, many of these black folks who believe in rugged individualism believe they are individuals, and they believe that they have no reason to go out and support the collective of brothers and sisters in the black community. Now, the whole concept of rugged individualism really started in the dark days of Jim Crow, with some educated black folks and black business owners who got theirs as related to building their economic platform, and they wanted to distance themselves from other black people and not help out other black people in the black community. Now, this really came out of the beliefs of guys like W.E.B. Du Bois, who was a firm believer in this type of philosophy of rugged individualism and believed in this as related to his concept of the talented 10th, where he believed that 10% would not really need to help out in the black community, but be its own little fiefdom of elite blacks who would not really do anything for other black people because they believe the road to success would be that black people would pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. Now, this philosophy continued on throughout the civil rights movement, and many baby boomers who got their opportunities at jobs through programs like affirmative action also started to buy into this belief system of rugged individualism and wanted to distance themselves from many of the people who were a part of the welfare state's children who were coming out of high school and looking for opportunities. And these rugged individualist black people who got their opportunities ironically through programs like affirmative action, they oftentimes would look to turn away from black people, saying that they need to be their own individuals instead of looking to help out another black person as part of the collective. Now, this whole concept of rugged individualism is a tool that white supremacy uses to divide and conquer black people, to undermine black economic success, because what they do is tell these black people who eventually get their educations and their jobs or even their businesses that they are individuals and they have no obligation to serve anyone as a part of their group. And they make them believe that they are individuals who have to go out here and serve themselves, when in actuality the whole concept of being an individual runs completely diametrically opposed to God's natural order. Now, in God's natural order, God made the entire order to be completely interdependent, and he made it where men and women would depend on him as their Lord and as the Messiah as their Lord and Savior, and also made it where men and women were supposed to work together. And in an interdependent society, you can't have an individual because everybody's actions affect other people in the group. And when it comes to the rugged individualists, they believe that since they got theirs on their own, they have no obligation to share with others, but that person wouldn't have anything at all if it wasn't for the people in the collective. if it wasn't for the people in the collective, such as their parents and many of the business owners in that community, that black person would have absolutely nothing, because it was the parents who were a part of the community's collective that worked to put that person through school. It was the school that where his parents paid taxes that allowed them to get their education. And it was many of the business owners in that community that gave that black person their first job. And that's where these black folks who believe in rugged individualism have it twisted. You were getting support from the group from minute one, but you want to sit there and say you are an individual that did everything on your own. And that is a lie, plain and simple. Because I myself, yes, I go out here and I built my own publishing company, the SJS Direct Imprint, but I couldn't have done that without the Most High God blessing me with support as related to my family member helping me get that job at the City College of New York, and even then, before then, helping me get the job at AmeriCorps that helped me publish my first book. I couldn't have done that without that family member, and I couldn't have kept that business going hadn't it been for the Most High giving me advice, and it wouldn't have been able to continue being able to publish books, because if it wasn't for the support of sisters donating to help me to go and pay for book covers and even help pay for the first John Haynes comic, it wasn't for people again helping out, and other people like Obsidian again when he was around helping to boost this channel, I wouldn't have been able to do all of this again. And that's understanding interdependence and understanding that I am not an individual, and every step I move forward wasn't just because of me being by myself. No, I am part of a larger collective, and I always understood that even before I started SJS Direct. I always understood I'm a part of a larger collective, and that's why I make an effort to go out here and try to help other black-owned businesses like Chris and Company, and even before some of these other small independent comic creators. I always understand that my role in the collective is to help out other people and help them get on their feet, because if there's a larger collective of people standing up, then the entire overall black economy can be stronger. And with more people standing up, there's a stronger base of people to help out other people. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of folks who, once they get theirs, they want to just be greedy. And as they want to be greedy, what they want to do is basically have all of the power and all of what they think is running the show, not understanding that you're going to need partners to help you out, and you need to give back, because those people out here, they need their first shot, they need their first opportunity, they need that help. And if you give that person that help, the Most High will bless you, because you're helping out the way you're supposed to. Because in an interdependent relationship, people help each other, and that helps the overall collective. Unfortunately, due to white supremacy playing a game of divide and conquer, what happens with a lot of black people is they start buying into the concept of being an individual and walking away from the group, because they want white acceptance, and because they want white acceptance, they're willing to walk away from the collective, not understanding you have a responsibility to help those brothers and sisters out here, because those brothers and sisters out here, they are the future, and they are the ones who are supporting your business. And if you don't support them, they can't support you, because that's how it works. In an interdependent relationship, everybody knows what they're supposed to do in order to get tangible results. Everybody's working together towards getting those tangible results, and It's not like a codependent relationship, which is what rugged individualism creates, because individuals, what they want to do as they're out here in rugged individualism is say they don't depend on anyone, but they want to say that because they want to have power over people and be an elite group, similar to W.E.B. Du Bois' talented 10th, and they want to be that group that's over black people and mock them by saying they need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps while they enjoy their life with all of their amenities from their so-called success, but they wouldn't have had that success had it not been for the collective supporting them. That's what they don't understand about these ideals of individualism, because again, there is no one person who is an individual on God's earth. I talk about this in depth in my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, because a lot of black women buy into this individualism because they believe that they're strong, independent black women, and don't need a man. However, the Most High made women to serve men, and even Jesus himself served people when he was on earth before he sacrificed his life to pay the sin debt of everyone, showing the interdependence of everyone in God's order. But you'll have individuals who say that they did everything themselves, but you couldn't do everything by yourself if there were other people out here supporting you. That's what many of the individualists don't understand. There was always a group looking out for you. There was always a group looking out to help you, a group looking to support you. There was always a group out there who had your back, and that's why you need to have the backs of other people. You need to be able to support other people. If they're coming up with business ventures or they're coming out of school, you need to go out here and give that person an opportunity, because that person is trying to get themselves together. And this is what's undermined a lot of black people like myself when I came out of college, graduating at the top of my class. I mean, there was no support system, and I basically wound up had to take a job in a supermarket after being out of work for 2 years, because a lot of black folks were on this rugged individualism tip in the 90s, talking about clout chasing with their degrees, instead of looking to build real connections with real people. Instead of looking to go out here and give back to people, they wanted to be individuals, and this has hurt the overall black economy and has undermined our ability to build black wealth, because everybody wants to be an individual. Everybody wants to clout chase all of these whites in society instead of building up other black people. And some are jealous to see another black person have success. They want to be what I call the H-Nice. And the H-Nice is all about being a virtual overseer over the black community who lauds their wealth over other black people and looks to see them jealous because they want social currency over a black community that is strong. So when it comes to the rugged individualist, they are just as anti-black as a white supremacist in some cases, because a lot of these guys are basically bootlicks who look to chase and gain favor because they want to be the individual in the room who impresses white people, and they don't want to go out here and build up another brother or sister, because for them, they want to have all the economic power to turn into social currency, and that's what keeps the black community poor. They want to be able to go out here and clout chase, impress lots of females, go out here and show off, but they don't want to show a hand to another brother or sister, and that's what's made our community poorer over the last 60 years. Now, this was a video requested by one of my viewers, and if you'd like to request a video, you can send a donation of a minimum of $15 to the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box to Cash App or PayPal. And if you want to pick up some of my books that talk about this subject in depth, like Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, you can find that book in paperback and Kindle format on Amazon.com by clicking the links in the description box. And you can find many of the positive black fiction that I put on the SJS Direct imprint on Amazon and other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and even reached big box retailers like Walmart and Target. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Coming to paperback and e-readers, Isis Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Pre-order your copy of Isis Dark Incubus at Amazon.com and other online booksellers everywhere. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.